Hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome to another episode of the Montreal Canadiens franchise series here on the channel. We're right ahead of the 2026 trade deadline. We've done about 8 years, no, sorry, 7 years into the franchise right now. And yeah, we have Cole Caulfield playing insane 54 goals in 58 games. Let me just quickly show you our lines. We have a fairly young team. Kokaniemi, Kachuk, 28, 25, and 25. First line, 22, Nazir Spezza. Turcotte is 24, and Duran. The older guy, 30 years old, Suzuki. Sundin, and Gallagher, another veteran. So we basically have veterans on every line except for the fourth line. Oles, Paling, 27, and Samuel Pooling, 24. On defense, we have Sergachev, Severson, Jake Bean, and Gabriel Horton, and then Dadonov and Cheka. So that's what our lines are looking like. And for in net, we have Samsonov and Carey Price. This is Carey Price's last season with us. 1 year at 10.5. The goal, as I've been repeating for all these years, has been to keep Carey Price with us and for us to try to win Stanley Cups and basically complete the rebuild, which I think we have done a pretty good job, especially how hard it's been with the cap. So, yeah, we've done a pretty good job here. And, yeah, I think we're ready to move on now. We were ahead of the trade deadline. And I was showing you some suggestions as far as positions that we needed to improve on. We have about $2.2 million in cap space. And, yeah, the positions that we're looking at were third line center to replace Sundin. I moved Sundin to the fourth line, but I actually talked myself into not doing that because we want to give the experience to our young guns, right? So we might as well just keep Sundin on the third line and hope that he's good enough. I think he is. He showed enough progress throughout the season to be good enough to be playing as a top 9 forward. Although he only has 20 points in 58 games, he has played responsibly well, +7. His shooting percentage is quite low, but we have I have faith that he'll become a 45 to 50 point man. Let's see Suzuki, how well he's been doing. He has been doing a lot better, 38 points in 58 games. But yeah, I'm definitely excited to see how Sundin does in the playoffs. We also have Rudy Strimbu that will most likely be playing in the NHL next year. He is an 80 overall medium elite player. So that's what we're looking like as far as center. And then on the depth here, on the depth side of things, we were looking to replace Dadonov because he didn't grow very much in season. So he's still a 79. Only 10 points for him. So if we can maybe get a right-hand defenseman for the bottom pairing to play with Daniil Cheka, it would be ideal. But that was the other position that we're looking to improve. And then we're also looking to improve in net, potentially getting Freddie Anderson, but I don't think we're going to do that. I think we're just going to go with Samsonov and Carey Price. I'm fully confident in Price to be able to slot in if Samsonov has some bad performances or if he gets injured. So we'll do that. And then I also have confidence in Asher Witherspoon to back up Price if that was to if an injury was to happen. So I think the main position, although I said that I'm not going to go for Anderson or anybody in offense for the third line center, I think we're going to go for a defenseman. And the player that I was looking at was maybe Julius Honka. He has 1 year at 84 overall. He would definitely round out our defense very, very well, I think. So if we were to do that, we would have to give up a decently good player here. So we can do this Keane guy here, Bo Keane, for sure. And then we could also give up Svedberg, so Keenan Svedberg. And then I noticed that they were interested in a couple other players here. Fedotenko, actually, no, Fedotenko's not even worth anything. So no one in net, but we can maybe give them our second round for next year. Anaheim Ducks one. So Keane, Svedberg. So Keane's a low top 6, but he has pretty good trade value, and he's been having a pretty good season, I think, in the AHL. Actually, he hasn't played in the AHL, but yeah, we might as well get rid of him, right? So Keane, Svedberg in a second. For Honka, I question whether you've even looked at our trade block surplus. We're totally unwilling to do that. So if we were to give them a 4th round as well with that, would that go through? Okay, so I think Honka is a little bit overrated as far as his trade values. So I think I'm going to try and find another player that's maybe like 82, 83 that shoots right-handed. And I'll bring you guys back. So just give me a second, actually, guys. All right, guys, I think I found the ideal player here for us. Philip Ronek, he's somehow playing in the AHL right now. I don't know if he was injured and he's just coming back. Or maybe they just traded for him. But he's playing in the AHL, like I said. His trade value is actually very, very low. It's probably the same as Keane. So I'm thinking we can try and do that. Let me see if they are interested in any of the players that we have here. So bunch of guys that we're looking for. So let me just do the trade value thing first. So you know what? Let me actually just offer that other guy that I had there. It was Svedberg, yes. So Svedberg and Keane for Ronek. I think Ronek can round out our decor fairly well. I mean, he's a two-way defender. We don't have all of his stats, but he has 4-star puck skills, 4.5 senses, 4.5 shooting. Defense is 3.5. That may be better though. Skating is 3.5, and physical is 4.5. So he could do something on the third pairing. I think only 1 year, no, very very low risk. So let's try and do that. Okay, they didn't accept it, so let's try a pick. If they're playing him in the AHL, I don't know why they're like being stingy about it. So 4th round pick. We have a couple 4ths, so let's try that. They should say yes. They're totally unwilling to part ways with what you've asked from, or have you requested from us. I don't understand. He's playing in the AHL. I literally don't understand. So let's just do 2 4ths then. Let's see if that would go through. Look how far the trade value is. That's insane. If I was to do a 3rd round pick, I don't have a 3rd this year. Let's try 3rd next year. I mean, we're not even using Bo Keane, I think his name is. Yeah, Bo Keane, 71. He's more of a power forward type of guy, or 2-way forward. He's a former 5th round pick. Trade rejected. So I don't want to overpay for this guy either, for Ronek. So, I mean, they don't want to give him up, so I'll just move on to the next player. So just give me a second here, guys. All right, guys. Trying to make another trade for Brandon Carlo. Top 4D, 1 year left, shoots right. He's more of a, it says his player type is enforcer, but I think he's more of a defensive defenseman. So let's try Keane and Svedberg again for Carlo. Once again, I don't know what's going on, but they're really overvaluing their D-man, it seems like. So let's give them our 4th, see if that would go through. So that has happened, so that's worked. Waiver eligible. Okay, so we'll have to move down Jared Tiska, because Dadanov will be obviously our D-man. So yeah, I mean, we lose a 4th round and a couple prospects we weren't really using in the AHL, and we do get our player there for the 3rd line pairing in what's his name, Brandon Carlo, who has experience playing in the Stanley Cup Finals and stuff like that. So I think that may be good for us. So let's just bring Carlo here. That looks much better, I think. 81 and an 83. We don't no longer have a 79 there. Let's see the AHL. I don't think we've lost anyone, even in the decor either. Let me see if we can bring Tiska in the lineup. He might have gone claimed, so I don't know. But I guess we'll know that after a couple days. So let's just advance 1 day, see if he's been claimed. Guess that'll also simulate the Detroit game. We lose 3-2 in overtime. Let me just double check to see if we did lose Tiska. If we didn't, that would be amazing. But if we did, that would be no problem. We just have to move on. He was just a scratch player anyways. So Tiska is actually here still. So we didn't lose him or anything. So I think we've gone past the trade deadline now. Yeah, we have. So let's just simulate to the next game. It will be a away game at the Capital One Arena. Let's do a quick in-game simulation. Hopefully you can keep a record because we've had a pretty good record. So first period here, 1-1, Oshie and Spezza score. Second period, 4-1. Okay, we take the lead here by 3 goals, Gallagher, Caulfield, and Tkachuk. And we do hold on. More goals by Caulfield and Spezza, and Kuznetsov answers back for them. But Samsonov beats his old team. Kotkaniemi had 4 assists, Caulfield had a hat trick, and Nazir Spezza had 2 goals. So nice to see Spezza do some work there on the second line. And we have a game in Long Island the next day. They don't have the best record there at the Barclays Center. The New York Islanders do, but we still got to take them seriously and have a good game. So first period, 1-1, Gallagher and Leddy score. Second period, 2-2, pretty tight game. They have Evander Kane. Tkachuk scores for us. Come on, Price, hold on here. And he doesn't. So 2 goals for them, 2 power play goals. Let's just have a quick look at the 3 stars. It's all New York Islanders players. So we're just going to have to keep it moving now. We play against Toronto. Not the best team. We're 2 points behind the Lightning. Let's just do a 3-game stretch there, or a week at least. So let's go all the way up to... Oh, the trade deadline is here. Never mind. But we'll go past it, so we'll go a couple games after that. So hopefully we can maintain a good record. We've lost a little bit of locker room chemistry, unfortunately. Hopefully that doesn't mean anything. Eric Gustafsson has been traded with Lausanne to St. Louis for Burmistrov and another prospect there. So let's see how good Evander Kane is. 83, and they want a first-round pick. No, thank you. We're going to have to say no to that. Can we beat Toronto, though? Come on, boys. What's going on here? It's taking forever. Hopefully that means it's a W. Big trade here. Pietrangelo has been traded to Calgary along with Sammy Blais and Andrew Mangiapane, or Mangiapane, I think is his name. For Burkhoff, a first-round pick, and Mitchell. Very, very big trade there. We do beat the Leafs 7-3, which is nice to see. The Senators have fired their head coach, Pierre Thibault. Let's keep moving here. We lose 5-3 to Edmonton, though, so we haven't had the best record, and we lose 5-1 to Tampa. Or 2-1, sorry, to Tampa. So I'm not very happy with how we've been playing, so... Let me just do an in-game simulation here against the Florida Panthers. Hopefully we can keep going here and have a good game. So first period, 1-0 down. Huberdeau scores on Samsonov. 2-2. Okay, Tkachuk scores twice on Spencer Knight. Third period here. Okay, we explode in the third. Tkachuk, Sergachev, Paling, a shorthanded goal, which is nice, and Cole Caulfield. Big game here. Big third period by the boys. Hat-trick by Tkachuk and an assist, so 4 points. Kotkaniemi had 4 assists, and Caulfield had a goal and 2 assists. So that's very nice to see our first line doing work and helping us out win some games. Doesn't look like we're going to catch up Tampa. They have an insane team there, but as long as we finish second in our division, I'll be happy with that. So another game here against the St. Louis Blues. I believe they traded a couple of their veteran players in Sammy Blais and Pietrangelo, so things are not going too well over there. First period, 0-0. Second period, 2-1 for us. Kotkaniemi and Duran. Ackerland scores for them. Can we hold on here in the third? And we do. We explode again with more goals. Caulfield, 2 more goals. Gallagher and Turcotte score for us. Let's do the 3 stars here. You guys can see them. The first line once again is killing it, and Durant had the 3rd star. So let's keep it moving. Let's keep going with these in-game simulations. 97 points to 101. Tampa Bay has 101, but they have a couple games less played. So Ratcliffe has been injured. We're not going to worry too much about the AHL. We'll worry about our business here in the NHL. We're trying to catch up Tampa and finish first in our division. So, first period here, 1-0. Cole Caulfield scores a power play goal in front of the net there. Very nice to see. Second period, 4-0. Caulfield another goal. Sergachev a goal as well. Right in front, basically in the slot. He must have taken a shot from there. And Nazir Spezza right beside the net. And then third period, we win. They did score more goals than us in the third, but we were able to finish off the game. And we win 6-3. So 2 points for Sergachev, 2 goals for Caulfield, and 3 assists for Kotkaniemi. Kotkaniemi has been going off in the assist department. So I would like to see how well he's been doing after we stopped these in-game simulations. So 46, 15, and 7 for our team. I think that's pretty good. We're still trailing the Lightning, but I'm very, very happy with their play lately in the last 4 or 5 games. So big Original 6 rivalry matchup here against the Boston Bruins in Montreal. First period, 1-0. Ola scores for us. Second period, 1-1. Krug scores for them. Can we take over here in the third? 2-2. Olas again, and Yossi scores for them. Can we find a game-winning goal here in overtime? Nothing to show for. What about in the shootout? And we win in the shootout. Kotkaniemi scores a shootout game-winning goal. Let's see the 3 stars. Olas 2 goals. Paling 2 assists, and Samsonov. So those are the 3 stars there. Pretty big game for us. Sergachev's morale has gone up. And I think it was Cheka's morale that went down a little bit because of ice time. But you know what? We're not going to worry. We're winning. We got to be happy, guys. We got to finish the season strong and keep going here. So another game against the Ottawa Senators, who fired their coach, so they must not be doing well. First period here, 1-0 for us. Spezza scores. Second period, 4 more goals. Olas twice, Spezza and Gallagher. Third period, 6-0. Olas had a hattie, I think, which is crazy. I think this is 5 goals in the last 2 games. Another big game by Samsonov and a big game by Spezza as well. So I think this is 5 games in a row. 5 wins in a row, I should say. 5 wins in a row. Very nice to see. We might be able to get to 50 games pretty soon here. 50 wins, I should say, pretty soon here. Let me just insert that Radcliffe guy somewhere here. I don't know where he's at. Stredninka is up to an 81, which is crazy. Hendrix Lapierre is ready for NHL ice time next year for sure. Strimbu as well. I don't know who was in for Stredninka. I think it was this Clark guy. I don't think we had Clark. So is it Stredninka that was injured? Or no, it was Radcliffe. Okay, so might have been McGregor actually that was in there. So we'll just get Radcliffe in here. Why not? If he gets injured, he'll be replaced. It doesn't matter. So 48 wins, 15 losses, 17 overtime losses. I want to wait until it shows us the standings for our division to see how far we're from the Lightning. So 3 points with 1 more game played. So we're catching up. They've played about the same amount of games. So it's not like the difference of games is a big concern now. It's just the 3 points essentially. So we just gotta keep winning here, and anything is possible. So another game against the Bruins here. First period, 3-2 for us. Olas once again scores. Paling and Caulfield, 2 goals for them on Samsonov. Can we keep going here and play better defensively? Okay, that's nice to see. Another goal by Caulfield, 4-2. And we win 6-2. So Paling and Severson. So a big game here once again by our fourth line, I should say. 3 points by Paling, 3 assists by Poulin, and 2 goals by Caulfield. So very nice to see all 4 lines contributing. So 6 games in a row with a win here. We've beat the Boston Bruins twice. And then we have a big game here against the Philadelphia Flyers. Let's see if we can get the W here against Carter Hart and the Flyers. So first period, 3-1 for them. Okay. And Caulfield scores on UC Saros. Can we come back here in the second? 2 goals more allowed by Samsonov. Gallagher scores for us, but I don't think it's going to be able to keep us in the game. So it's 7-4 loss. Kotkaniemi and Caulfield tried to step up and make it tight, but Sorella scored the empty netter that killed us. So let's see the 3 stars really quickly here. Caulfield 3 points, Kotkaniemi 3 points, and Deveau 3 points as well. So we just weren't able to play well defensively. So that ends our run there. So let's just simulate 1 week now. See if we can get a winning streak going here. Samsonov has lost his morale. We have a franchise player here, right winger, Joachim Numelin. Okay, Ronald Gallagher, Pan, McInnes. Okay, a couple more other players here. High top 9. So not the best drafts, I would say. Maybe this guy, Leopold. I don't know why we're not scouting him. Let's see if we have any gems or busts. 1 gem, unknown, playmaker, 19 years old. He's 88th as far as rankings. Let's see as far as potential if we have anybody else unveiled. That's not in the first round, so we don't really have anybody else that we're sure that's going to be good enough to be that is worthy of a first round pick there. So okay, we did lose 3 out of the last 4, so we got to do something here. Let's see how far away we're from Tampa. I doubt we've overtaken them in the first position in the Atlantic, so let's see here. So yeah, we're 3 points away with 2 more games played, so it's looking pretty tough now to do anything. So let's just do a couple more in-game simulations. So first period, 1-0, Poulain scores. Second period, okay, 4 more goals. That's what I like to see. And we bounce back in a big way after losing 3 out of our last 4 in regulation. So this is the biggest game of the season here. We're 1 point behind Tampa with 2 games played more. So if we're able to beat them, anything is possible. So Tampa with a great record as always. This is going to be a big game at the Bell Center. So first period, 0-0, very tight game, 14-5 the shots. We're dominating them, but we just need to find the back of the net. So second period, 1-0, Kucherov scores on Samsonov. Come on, boys, 13 shots for them. We need to find the back of the net and play well defensively. Third period here, and we got shut out at home, 40 shots. I don't know who was in net. Was it Vasilevsky? Yes. Just killed it once again. And I think our chances are basically done now. So let's simulate all the way up to maybe the last couple games of the season. See if we can go on a run here with the fast simulation. Yeah, we're 5 points away from Tampa and a bunch of games. And we lose another game. We win against Florida, but we lose against Detroit. Not the way I wanted us to finish the season. We did finish. We're gonna finish with more than 50 wins, but we've lost more games than we've won in the last 20 games. So I don't like that. Kachuk scores for them. Come on, second period. Are we gonna lose to Ottawa? We lose 5-0 to Ottawa. I don't know what's going on with our offense. We need to find a spark here, and we're gonna finish second for sure. And we're most likely going to be facing the Sabres. But I need our team to get going here. I don't know what's going on. So let me check the chemistry or the morale. What's going on with the morale here? So I wonder if anybody is unhappy or what's going on. Sundin is a leader, which is funny, but I don't understand what's going on with our team. We were killing it. And then the last 3 weeks of the season, we've just kind of shot the bed. So let's see how good Nazir Spets has done. 40 goals. Holy smokes. He is the second best goal scorer after Caulfield. 69 goals for Caulfield, almost 70 goals. Kotkaniemi, I think he had 90 points here. 99 points. Holy smokes. Caulfield has 105 points. This is by far the best our first line has done. Kachuk has 92 points. Dre had what? 66 points, which is very good. Turcotte had 79 points, basically a point per game. I showed you guys Spezza 40 goals. Gallagher 60 points basically, or no, sorry, 40 points, but in 66 games only. Suzuki had 45 points, 46 points, which is pretty good for a third liner I should say. And then Sandin had basically 30 points. I wish he would have done a little bit better. Our fourth line was amazing though, 43 points. Olas 24 goals on the fourth line. That's crazy. So he's definitely going to move up and take probably Gallagher's spot next year. And then Poulin did pretty good as well, 37 points for him. So this is by far the best offense we've had. Sergachev, 63 points. There you go. That's pretty good. Severson, more of a defensive defenseman. Jake Bean did really good as well, 59 points. Horton, 13 points. Carlo and Cheka. So let's see. Cheka only had 11 points. That's okay. He'll be better next season. And then Carlo. I mean, after trading for Carlo, we've kind of struggled a little bit. He's only had 3 assists and hasn't. I mean, we've kind of been getting killed there. I don't know if the last month of the season we've kind of been getting killed, but I don't know if that has to do anything with Brandon Carlo or just we've just experienced a little bit of a dip. It's not good going into the playoffs, though, so hopefully we can end the season on a good note against Tampa Bay Lightning here. So first period, 3-2. You guys can see the goal scorers here. Second period here, 5-2. And, oh my goodness, look how many goals we've just allowed. What a choke fest. 5 goals in the third. 39-33. Samsonov. I'm definitely getting some concerns on Samsonov right now, right before the playoffs. And we don't pick up a point. We don't get anything. We lose straight to Tampa Bay. 122 points for them, 111 for us. And yeah, we just choked 70 goals for Caulfield, though, which is crazy. I'll quickly show you the point getters for our team. And I'm going to end it here because I'm actually shocked that we lost that game. So Kotkaniemi had 100 points, Caulfield 106, Kachuk 94, Turcotte 81, so basically a point per game. Joe Drouin had 67, Sergachev had 64, Bean had 61, Spezza had finished with 40 goals, Suzuki 46. You guys can see the rest of the players. I'm actually very surprised by Olas on the fourth line, 24 goals. That's pretty good. And then you guys can see the rest of the players. So if we continue to struggle, I might bring Dadanov. See what happens, and I'll show you the goalie stats. So Samsonov had a good record, but his stats are not the greatest. 2.87 goals against, and then 905 save percentage. So, and then carry prices weren't great either. So I mean, Samsonov was just a short-term fix here for 1 year, 5.250, like I said. So, I mean, like he was just mainly a 1 year fix just for this season. We were able to do pretty good, but I didn't like the way it's ended. So, hopefully he finds his game here before the playoffs, because we're gonna be facing the Buffalo Sabres. So, let's have a quick look here before we end the episode at the Buffalo Sabres lines. They should still have Jack Eichel. So, yeah, Eichel, Vance, medium elite. Okay, we don't know his stats. So, he's basically their sniper here. And then Josh Hosang, Niederreiter, Sillinger, and Skinner, Lindholm, Middlestad, Yell, Kaut, Cousins, and Furlan. I really like their center core. And their left wing is also very good. Basically, their top 9 is very, very good. It can definitely competes with us. But I think our fourth line is better. Let's see their defense. Rasmus Dahlin, Ristolainen. So the 2 Rasmuses, Jokiharju, Mayfield, Weatherspoon, and Coleman. So their top 2 is insane, but I like our defense better overall. And then in net, they have Luukkonen and Bureau. So, I mean, yeah, Luukkonen is an 85, but I'm pretty sure he's probably the same. Plays the same as Samsonov. So I'm going to end it here, guys. You let me know if you agree with um, the trade for Brandon Carlo, or if you think I should bring Sergei Dadonov back into the lineup. So you leave it down in the comments below, guys. Let me know if you've enjoyed the video. Leave the video a like and subscribe if you haven't done so. Peace.